Hello, welcome to EstoNoEsUnSpoiler. My name is Joaquin. Today we are presenting the interview to Robin Hobb. Robin Hobb, or Megan Lindstrom, is her official, her real name. Robin Hobb is her pseudonym, who is one of the most important contemporary fantasy authors. Pretty important for me being here at this moment. So I'm going to ask quite a few questions about fantasy, about the experience of writing fantasy, and a couple of more things. So first question, your fantasy, your books have been hailed as by people such as George Martin as fantasy, as it ought to be written, and as a diamond in a sea of serpents. So one of your greatest strengths as a fantasy author has always been characterization. While other fantasy authors usually focus a lot on world building or in prose, you are primarily a creator of characters. Your books portray human conflict and human growth in ways that few other fantasy authors have managed. So my first question is, do you have any creative process to flesh out such a wonderful character?
I think that my stories always begin with a character rather than with a plot. A lot of the character creation, I believe, happens in a part of my writing mind that I don't necessarily have conscious control. It's not as if I say, well, I will create a character, he will be young and handsome and his name will be Ronald, and it doesn't work like that. It is more like there is a dark stage with a spotlight, and a character steps out onto the stage, and he has a name, and he has a past, and he has a problem. And the story begins to unfold around the character, exactly as if you had a camera and you were putting the camera back to see everything that is around the character. I think I focus a lot on character because character is so important to me and has always been important to me in what I enjoy reading. So, if a story has a wonderful plot, but I don't care about what happens to me in the story, chances are I will not finish reading the book.
Well, we have read about your rating system at Goodreads, where you say 2 stars means I like it, but I left the book over there and made some place in my hand.
It's there are very few books in my mind that would be a 5-star book. I want this book in hardback. I want to keep it on my shelves forever because there will come a time when I want to hand this book to one of my grandchildren and say, I really want to read this. When I was younger, I read so much that I said I absolutely loved it. And then I come back 20 years later and I say, oh, now I see a whole other plot, or now I see that I was, the magic doesn't work. So, if I don't love a book, I simply don't read books because there are many books that I have read and disliked that have gone on to become fantastic bestsellers. So it simply means it is not right for you.
I want to ask you, do you base your characters? I have a personal feeling that you took some your own traits to draw the character limitations as far as you can. That's my perspective.
I think that as a writer, I like to tell myself that I don't base my characters on people I know or on myself. But I also know that as a human being, the only resource I have to draw on is my own experience. So I am sure that there is something of me in any one of my characters. I am sure that I have drawn elements from people I know to create characters, maybe the way that a person stands, or
that latest trilogy is the Fitz and the Fools trilogy. Last summer you published Fool's Quest, the second volume. So after so many twists and turns, we have returned back with the Fitz.
Yes.
So without many years, without being spoilery at all, what new adventures do you have
well, in the sense that time has passed, I hope he is a bit over advisor than less. I think that once more he will be, I don't want to do any spoilers. I hope that he will be taking a step forward in his maturity, his growth, in what he cares about.
Do you think, now that we're at the 20th anniversary of Assassin's Apprentice, we're going to ever see a US hardcover version of Apprentice?
There's lots to talk about. So, we will see. I know that in the UK, they're brought up very
That's my next question. So, now, on the purpose of your visit to Mexico, you are presenting the edition of Liveship Traders. What I noted is that you switched the building format that is the Farseer trilogy for a family saga, very complex family saga that is the Liveship Traders. So you seem to portray a lot of conflict between generations, culture clashes, of roles, and even the same family. All the good things that have gone on. So, can you tell us about LPFS Street? So, which are her driving influence for trying to claim the legacy of her family and that always been kept out of the
tradition in Binghamton, she's a member of the Binghamton Trading Office. She expects to inherit the family life, and she has grown up with this expectation. She has served the position. She is competent to have a position. The circumstances are changing, not just in her family with her father's illness, but in the economy that surrounds Binghamton and the Great Wilds and Jamaica. So, at the last time, the family makes a decision and perhaps she is not the best person to take ownership. And so this leads, of course, to hard feelings, to all kinds of conflicts. And it sets it up to prove herself in a different way, rather than simply stepping into a position. So it's, I think people will like how he is a character. They'll be times when they'll be. But I think she's an interesting character.
One person I tell you that I suffer so much is role being played. That's what it is.
He has a technology. In his case, he is being put into a career that he would never would have chosen. It's the opposite. It was being denied. The trope is being told. The family has decided this is what she wants.
And then we have our dashing pirate, Kenneth.
I'm extremely fond of it. Even though it's like a writing failure on my part, I wanted to write a really bad writing. But the problem is that when you write a very you have to say, why is he justified? And then also truly understand.
Now that you mentioned him, I was thinking that there are maybe today two main schools of thought. The first one, maybe claimed by fans, wanting either greater characters on a Machiavellian world where morality is what it looks like. And on the other hand, fans want more complex world building while remaining orthodox in characterization or good versus evil,